After a 4-3 start to year 4, the Bobcats have won 4 straight games, entering Week 13, our final game of the regular season against the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. They come in 2-9, 1-6 in conference play. They won the conference championship game last year, and now they're at the bottom of the conference. We are at the top over ODU and everybody else. We have already secured a spot in the Sun Belt Championship title game, and now we're going to see Senior Day for all of our redshirt seniors, essentially, and guys who are not going to get that red shirt and will instead just be out of the program as well once this year is all said and done. Let's take a look at who we're going to see the last home game for. You got Scooter Page, one of our top wide receivers. You've got Kingsley Reese, one of our backup free safeties. Eric Paulding, Underwood. Maverick Bentley, I think, has played too many games to earn the red shirt, so he's also going to be playing his last home game here in Houma. You've got Doug Barlow, the backup center. Dakota Mills, CJ Nelson, Keon Robertson, Cade Bloom, Cam Teague, Juan Bolden, Kramer, Hunter Haynes. Malik Moon is going to be one of our biggest losses because he's been our best defensive player all year long. And Javon Moore has been one of our best offensive players. We have a huge exodus of seniors leaving our team this year. We still got DJ Dean, Isaiah Crowder definitely playing his last home game because he's played every single game this year so far. Karan Boyd, Miles Springer, Nick Forsyth. All those guys right there are playing their final game in Cypress Grove Stadium here in this one. Louisiana comes in, entering the last week of the year, playing one of their worst years of football in quite a long time, and they're missing their starting quarterback, Daniel Beal, as well. So in comes Randy Blunt as their redshirt freshman starter. They've got Steven Blanco also out. I have not changed the injury slider yet because we've had guys be out for a couple of games here and there, and nobody else that has played this style of game has had to adjust that slider. So it's not really an issue with that. It's just, kind of luck on our part. But they've got LeBeau Wentworth as their starter at running back. So their quarterback-running back duo missing their final game. And they're also going to miss Raji Dennis as well, their number 1 wide receiver. So this team is really banged up. They have injuries everywhere. But they do have Miles Heron, who in our game to end year 3 absolutely killed us on a couple of huge deep balls. So got to watch out for that 97 speed. Pretty much their entire receiving core is very, very quick. They've got Glenn Romberg at tight end. Their offensive line is okay at best. They're missing their starting right guard, but have a really good backup behind him. So not any standout linemen playing this game for them. Their defensive line is about what you would see on most other Sun Belt teams. This should be a win for us, but we saw a couple of scares the last 2 episodes. And looking to end the year on a 5-game win streak and just get to that win number 9, the most elusive win number so far in this year, because we had 8 last year, looking for our 9th here in this one. Let's go and do it. And so Week 13 is officially underway here in Houma, Louisiana, folks. Senior Day for all those guys that we just talked about here at home. The final home game for them, not the final game of the year. We have that conference title game, and then maybe something else too. Not exactly sure what's going to happen with the bowl game or anything else. We'll just have to find out once this game is all over. Offense will start with it first from the 21-yard line. Can we avoid the upset loss and gets that win number 9? We start with the run. It gains nothing for Karan Boyd, and now out comes that spread offense that we have used so much these last couple of weeks. It's Javon Moore zooming up the field, and he's going up the sideline. Can anybody catch him? They will not. Second play from scrimmage. Touchdown for the senior wideout. What a way to start off Senior Day, folks. This guy has been the best playmaker of the entire series in these first 4 seasons. What a player Javon Moore is. It's going to suck to lose him once this year is officially over. Just a simple crossing route and that breakaway speed just taking off upfield. So what a start for the offense. Can our defense match that with a nice drive of their own to open this game? Wentworth with the carry picks up 9. Our run defense has been pretty bad the past couple games, but overall this defense has played some very good football as they will get the first down. That was the first pass for their backup quarterback. They're missing several offensive starters, including their number 1 quarterback, tailback, and wide receiver. But they get across midfield now into plus territory. So Randy Blunt off to a good start, 2 for 2 passing, and now they're up to the 42. Blunt hands it off, and Wentworth goes nowhere. Now they're inside zone, and that run is stuffed. That brings up 3rd down and 5. Defense looking to get off the field. Louisiana looking for field goal range at the very least here. Blunt's going to throw it. Picked off! There's a play. It's Randall Glenn trying to return this on the outside. Just what I was looking for. Randall Glenn, who has become one of our top zone coverage corners this season. And he is up to, I think, 4 or 5 INTs on the year. And the offense will take over at the 43-yard line. Already up 7-0. Can we add to it on this drive? First pass, incomplete for Nelson. A flag comes in. I think he hit our quarterback a bit too late. They bring a 5-man rush. Crossing route to Nelson. That one's complete for a gain of 6. So that was a 78-yard touchdown to Javon Moore on the opening drive. And now from the 36, there's Scooter Page. Our top 3 receivers are all redshirt seniors. So looking for scores for hopefully all of them here in their final home game, just to close the book on their Houma careers. Here's Breda. Biding time, throwing a strike to LaShawn Gray up to the 5-yard line. It's goal to go, Houma. In 2 of these last 4 weeks, we've gotten off 2 red-hot starts. As a crossbody throw is caught for a touchdown. That's Trayon Bell this time. Our second TD on as many drives to open this one. Louisiana takes over at the 15. Half of the first quarter gone. That pass is incomplete. Malik Moon in coverage. He's also a senior, has been the best defensive player all year long. He has the most sacks on the team. He has the most interceptions. And he's probably going to win best defensive back in the nation once we're all said and done here, unless one of those 5 FSU players ends up passing him. 3rd down. And Blunt, incomplete. That pass was knocked away by DeMarvin Holland, who has made his name known throughout this season. There's Nelson through the air for his second catch. He picks up 9 this time. So can anybody stop this offense? We've scored 27 or more ever since the playbook adjustments. And relying on this passing game, throwing beyond the sticks, throwing deep shots to guys like Javon Moore and Scooter Page has really made a big difference, as now Nelson gets loose and he is off to a touchdown. Another big one for the Bobcats, right on cue. Revenge for week 13 from last year, where we got beat late in that game, 34-31. Looking to embarrass the Raging Cajuns here in the final game of the regular season, folks. We've got a 3-touchdown lead in the first quarter. First and 10 for Louisiana. Here in the second quarter, that pass is caught across the 35-yard line to Wicks. So Blunt has actually played a good amount of the year because he has over 100 passes completed this year, which means that he's played probably at least 4 games as a starter. And on 10 carries so far, Wentworth is averaging 5.8 per run as they swing it out across the 50 for a first down. They're looking for their first points. We averaged 16 yards per play in the opening quarter, but have punted twice in a row as now Wentworth gets loose down the sideline for a big chunk. From the 22, they'll fake it. Blunt has all the time in the world and does find a receiver coming back to the football inside the 5-yard line. That is Wicks again. Goal to go. Raging Keaton's trying to, get back in this game. And Blunt gets rid of it. Complete. Touchdown. Louisiana. Hit as he threw. Doesn't matter. They have their first score. Under half the quarter left to play. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats offense. Trying to get back online here, but Springer can't haul it in. We're going to keep it in the air, and Breda over the middle. Incomplete as LaShawn Gray got absolutely leveled. That was a hospital ball from Breda. Now it's 3rd and 10. 4-man rush, dumped off, and we got a punt again. So 3 straight stops by the Cajuns defense. Offense looking to make it back to 1 score. They get the first down right there. Once again, it's a Wicks with the first down reception. Now from the 46-yard line in plus territory, RPO. That pass is caught, but now Tyron Ruggins shaken up on the play. On the carry, sweeping right, not going to get the first down. That was James Couch Smith with that tackle. And it's 3rd and 1. Defense trying to force a punt of their own here as Blunt has to get rid of it. We come out empty. Breda over the middle. First down to LJ Young, his first target and touch here in this game. First down, we fake it to Boyd. Breda caught, turning upfield. Scooter Page up the sideline. Foot raise, 10-5, gone. Another one. Man, the things these guys can do once they make that catch, it's unreal. Scooter Page, another redshirt senior with the touchdown. We're back on the board. A big one for him, a big one for Javon Moore. Now it's one for Nelson. Can really complete that trifecta for this receiving trio. What a play, man. From their own 21. Back down by 3 touchdowns. Blunt somehow gets rid of it. Despite pressure, right on him. 2nd and 10. Pocket collapsing. This time he's going down. James Couch Smith. His first sack and Houma's first of the game. 3rd and forever for Louisiana. They won't even try it. They just hand it off. They're going to punt. 2-minute drill. The offense will have it across midfield. The high-powered offense continue. It's Trayon Bell getting loose inside the 15-yard line. Breda currently on track to beat his own record, the own program record that he broke a couple weeks ago against Texas State, looking for hopefully 8 touchdowns. There's number 5 of the half. It's LaShawn Gray. 35-7. It's a bloodbath here in Houma. Pressure coming on the first play for Louisiana. This time it's John Decker IV. Defense looking to give our offense one more chance to score prior to halftime, perhaps. Blunt is going to air it out. One-on-one downfield. Picked off by Holland. What a play. He shoves Wicks to the floor. What a play by the defense again. Our second pick of the first half. Holland just simply turns around, blanket coverage on Wicks, and comes down with the football. Man, the offense and defense both are playing their best football these last 5 weeks, this week included. It has been quite the turnaround midway through the year. Now we air it out, and it's broken up. Intended for Nelson. Got to get him a touchdown here, man. I want that senior day score for him. We got one for Page and Moore. Now just need the one for Nelson. And Breda's going backwards. 3rd and long. We won't even try it. Can the offense pick up where things left off in the first half? Breda over the middle has Nelson for a first. 365 yards for Breda, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, not even close to having one in this game so far, as Boyd will fight to the 40-yard line. That's a 6-yard run. So Breda has a career high and program high 7 touchdown passes in one game. Needs 2 more to tie it, 3 more to break it. There's Javon Moore. But at our first score, he gets the first down. I think the highest passing yards for him was about 430 or somewhere in that area. Now it's aired out for Javon Moore again! Right on the money! These two have such a special connection, man. That's their second long ball of the day. This offense might damn well be unstoppable, man. This is... What a game. I cannot say enough. Third down, we bring 4. Blunts. Floats it. Picked off! It's Shakir Pounds. Not sure who the target was, but we get our 3rd turnover from this defense, man. All 3 of them interceptions, 3 different players. Shakir Pounds has been a great player all year long, especially against the ground game. But he's had a couple of sacks, a couple of picks now, and the offense takes over at the Louisiana 35. Trying to add to their big tally. That pass is caught by LaShawn Gray. Breda well on his way to breaking his own records. Needs just a couple more pass completions to break the yardage record. Needs 1 more touchdown to tie the touchdown record in program history. Trying to break it twice in one season. Twice in 5 weeks. Insane display of his abilities here as we get inside the 10 to Nelson. Goal to go. Breda, touchdown! That's LJ Young Jr. And that is going to be number 7 for Steven Breda. He has all of our touchdowns. 1 more to once again set a record for most touchdowns thrown in a game. I think he's already broken the one for a season. Delayed give and loss of 2 for Wentworth. DJ Dean, the senior defensive tackle, makes that play. 3rd down. They need 10 yards. Blunt backing up right into a sack from Decker. Goal to go, Louisiana. We have the starters out there still defensively. I would like us to keep the offensive guys out there as well to see if we can break that record for Breda. 2nd and goal, they'll flip it, and they will not score inside the 1. Aloni Pounds out there at linebacker trying to close these gaps. And it's going to be a touchdown anyways for LeBeau Wentworth. No, that's somebody else. Who is that? That's Provo. No idea who that guy is. The starters will stay in for now. First and 10, Bobcats starting with the run. Karan Boyd with his best of the day. 9 yards that time. Javon Moore, top of your screen. Nelson in the slots. We give it to Boyd for a first down, and he breaks it loose, turning upfield up to the 50. Now we hand it off again. This time Boyd is hit down. It's a 3-yard pickup. This might be our last drive for these starters here. Newcomb comes in, gets the carry. Not a whole lot there. Third down. I would like us to be aggressive, but being up by this much, I doubt that we go for it if we come to a fourth down. Breda won't have to. He fights for the first. Delayed give. Boyd hits the gap, turns upfield. A big chunk right there. It's a 22-yard run for Karan Boyd, who still is in line to win Best Running Back. I feel like there have been some guys that have played better than him across other, top 25 ranked teams, but the voters think otherwise. There's Scooter Page inside the 5. They review it, and it stands. It's first and goal, Houma. Looking for a 50-burger on the Raging Cajuns defense. Handing off to Teague, the senior third-string tailback. He will lose a yard. Page in motion. We fake it his way. Give it to Boyd instead. And the senior tailback can't fight his way in. It's a gain of 2. We come out I formation. Teague, now the tailback. We'll give it to him, and he will dive. The ball crosses the plane for a touchdown. Cameron Teague. Third string. He comes in for just his second carry of the day and dives his way in for our 8th touchdown. Ball's out! Recovered by the defense! Touchdown! Houma! On the very next play from scrimmage. There's that defensive score I was waiting on. John Decker scoops it up. I'm not sure who the sack was from, but whoever made the sack forced the fumble. Oh, look who it was. Dorian Combs, who we acquired in the transfer portal in the offseason. He makes the play. What a way to close the regular season, guys. We are 1 score from breaking our own record in points in 1 game. Under 2 to play. Will the offense even try to get Breda that record? The starters are still in. But it looks like we're just going to run the clock out here and close the book on our 4th regular season in this dynasty. There's Boyd breaking off for some nice extra yardage. Well, that will do it. Year 4, week 13. Officially over. 63-17 your final score. Our best victory score gap wise of the entire season. Breda easily player of the game with that 7 touchdown performance, man. This team is different. 5-game win streak to close the regular season. We put up over 570 yards of offense. We actually did run the ball pretty darn well, actually, to my surprise. 26 for 35 for Breda, 468 passing yards, 7 scores to only 1 pick, which was not really his fault. It was tipped up in the air. A fantastic passer rating. Rushing-wise, Boyd actually with 8 yards per carry, only had 11 carries here in this one, but ends up with 2 20-plus yard rushes. Receiving-wise, Nelson over 100 yards. He did have a touchdown, which I guess I missed at some point. But he had a touchdown catch in his last day here at home. Same goes for Javon Moore, who picks up 2 touchdowns. Scooter Page had 1. So all of our senior wideouts end up with a touchdown score in their last home game. Fantastic stuff by them. The offensive line was fantastic. The defensive line came through. We had 6 total sacks, 2 from Shakir Pounds, 2 from Decker, 1 from Combs and Couch Smith. We had 3 interceptions from Pounds, Glenn, DeMarvin Holland. We had a scoop and score from John Decker, which was forced on that sack from Dorian Combs. And that's a perfect way to close year 4. We get that 9th win, and we finish conference play at 7-1 to win the conference outright. And we're going to make the conference championship for the first time in program history. We move to recruiting, and we got Chuck Henson here at tight end. We got to bring in 1 tight end here in this class. There usually aren't many options in the portal, so we're going to try and target them here from high school. You got Henson with 85 speed, 88 acceleration, good vertical threat player here. Going to offer him a scholarship and try and just send the house for him, or do what I can here with 45 points. We got 5 left to spend. We did also find Tavares Michaels. Don't like him as much, so I'll take him off our board for now. I think we're going to save those 5 hours and move to the next week and see what ends up unfolding to end the regular season. Advancing ahead here in 2027. And we secure a verbal commitment from Brian Lair, who is from Louisiana, from Monroe, where ULM plays. He's the only commit of this week. We do get to first place for Lee Agbana, and we are now a top 25 ranked team. We're number 18 in the entire nation. Now an A championship contender. We have really turned this thing around in less than 4 full years. And there's still more to do this season, folks. We had the most votes last week. Shakir Pounds, Sunbelt Defensive Player of the Week for his 2 sack, 1 pick, 2 tackle for loss performance. And Steven Breda wins Sunbelt Offensive Player of the Week, as he well should. And we're going to face the ODU Monarchs in the Sunbelt Football Championship. Our first ever chance to win this title game. And if we win, I want to say 2 or 3 in a row in this conference, then I will shift us to the SEC. That is the eventual goal, is move conferences, become an SEC school, and compete with the likes of LSU and Alabama for that title as well. So really good year. We have a bye week obviously here in week 14. And I don't think we're going to make the college football playoffs. Right now, the brackets actually does have us there. Somehow. You've got Ball State right now with that 3rd spot without the conference title in the Power 3. But right now, we are actually on track to make the first round of the college football playoff. We're going to finish up recruiting and then see what things look like in the next week. Now we're looking at a couple of offensive tackles here. We got to bring in 2 guards and 2 tackles, and there usually aren't many options in the portal at this spot either. So trying to find the right guys for us. I prefer agile linemen because we do mostly run zone runs and less power runs. We're out of points here. I think I'll offer a scholarship to Raphael Keller, who's got solid strength for an agile player, although less than Matt Bragg. Maybe there's a better fit here, but he does have really good run and pass block finesse and better speed at 65. But then you got Manny Whitfield here, who's an agile guy with a bit lower strength, better speed, worse run block finesse. But these are all guys that will not play in their first 2 or so years. I think it's going to be easier for us to go after probably Keller, given that only one school is offering a scholarship to him. We finally get that 3-star gem off the edge, Lee Agbana, who is from Arkansas. It's the only one this week. We do get taken out of the top 3 for Cole Countess, one of those tackles. We're first for Henson, first for Dom Zimmons, my top defensive tackle, currently battling with LSU to get him on this squad. And now we're in Conference Championship week against the 8-4 ODU Monarchs. We will, of course, wrap up recruiting real quick. This is the week to make your staffing decisions, and it looks like we have not lost our OC or DC, and I see no reason to move on. I feel like they help us out with their levels being so high. We have turned things around on offense and defense, just like last year, and I think we are best fit to keep these guys around for the future. So we're not going to make any adjustments to our coaching staff, and we've got 210 hours left to use. We're going to spend these to wrap up scouting on these tackles. Got to bring in 2 in total, and got a gem here in Deontay Kamara. If we're going to offer him a scholarship and try and crack his top 3. We'll look at Tremont Peace as well. And he's got solid strength, solid speed, but is a power guy. Kamara is a pass protector, probably better fit as a left tackle. We'll keep Keller at right tackle. So we're going to send the house for Kamara, tack on 15 more, and try and secure him. And we'll throw in some points for Keller as well, and just try and fill up to 65 hours here. I'll take off the rest of these guys because I feel like we can win these battles pretty quickly here. At guard, we have 2 guys here. We got Shaq Dubose, a power guy, and Kiri Sowles, an agile player who has his top 3, but has LA Tech and Southern Miss going after him right now. Let's scout him first because he does have the agile. We can't do it fully, but he seems to be solid. Again, we'll have time to progress. I'll just throw a scholarship his way to crack his top 3 so we can try and maybe upset LA Tech for this commitment here in this next week. We'll have to wait on that. We are the 18th ranked school facing off against ODU in the Sun Belt Championship game. And I think if we win, we will have a really good chance of making the college football playoff, which I was not expecting at all going into the season, especially after a 4-3 start. But things have really turned around. On the year, Steven Breda, just below 3,600 passing yards, 30 passing touchdowns to 7 INTs. This would be a career high for him in yards, rating, touchdowns, a career best in INTs. It is only his 2nd year as a true sophomore. Less sacks, about 30 or so more attempts, way better completion percentage, better YPA, and yards per game. Rushing wise, actually worse than his last couple years, but I think it's because there's been less pressure. The offensive line has been better. On the ground, Karan Boyd, 835 in the regular season, 10 touchdowns. That's only on the ground with a 4.3 average. Receiving wise, 946 yards for Javon Moore. 9 touchdowns for Moore to lead the way as well. He had 5 for Nelson, Page, and Gray, with Nelson and Page being over 600 yards receiving as well. A pair of scores for Karan Boyd, and also nearly 400 receiving yards. That's probably why he's so high on the best running back award races, because of those receiving yards as well. Trayon Bell, 2 scores, 2 for LJ Young Jr. Blocking wise, the offensive line has been way better than last year. And Shakir Pounds has been our best tackler. He has our third most tackles for loss. Dean has the most at 21. He's going to be a senior. We got John Decker at 19. Most sacks ends up being Decker. So Moon had the most for a while, but a couple of these last 2 weeks by Decker and Pounds will get them to 7 or above. And INT-wise, 5 for Moon. He, I think, will still end up winning best defensive back. 4 INTs for Glenn and Holland, and a couple for several other players. Meanwhile, Lincoln goes 10 for 14 on kicks. Had a couple of long misses, a couple of short ones too, but perfect on PATs, nothing blocked. So no real major concerns there. Meanwhile, the offense finishes with the most offensive yards in the conference. We had the most passing yards by over 500. We had about, what is this? The 7th most, 8th most rushing yards. So, you know, nothing special. That's why I'm kind of surprised that Boyd was so high on that running back list. Points per game, though, we really took off those last 5 weeks. End up with the only team over 30 points per game in the conference. We had the second most passing touchdowns. We had the third most rushing touchdowns, and by far the most first downs, 56 over the next highest. On defense, we had the 6th best yards allowed in total. We had the worst pass defense, which I'm kind of shocked by because I feel like we've played really good defense the entire year. We do have the best rush defense, and we have the best scoring defense. We have the most sacks by 11 over Troy. We had one of the worst teams in terms of recovering fumbles, but we had the best team in terms of forcing interceptions with 19. 9 more than the next highest team. In terms of conversions, second best team on third downs, not so much on fourth down. We only went for 2 once all year long, did not convert. In the red zone, we had only a 53% red zone points percentage, which is kind of shocking to me, but had a couple of red zone picks, a couple of fumbles, especially in the first 7 or so weeks on the season. And we had the best red zone points percentage by our defense with 27. That is absolutely insane. We will check out team records once the year is fully done, so we'll have to wait until next episode or the one after that. But what a year it was for the Bobcats, man. We have really come to life these last couple of years. We have been better year after year since the start of this dynasty. Now looking for hopefully a 10-win year, hopefully higher than 10 wins, because that means that we would probably be in the Clutch Bubble playoff and would be in to the second round of that as well. And we're looking pretty good here. 9-3 record, conference championship coming up here. We're number 18 as of right now. Probably going to go up if we win this game. And we'll see what happens in the next one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, leave your feedback down below. Like the video. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And I will see y'all in the conference championship game against ODU next time. This will actually take place in Houma. I thought it would take place at like a special stadium, but I guess this will be another home game for us. So get ready for, I guess, the true, actual senior day. I thought it was going to be this week. Week 13, not the case. I'll see y'all there. Have a great day.